Hello everybody, welcome to JURISCentral.com online classes for law exams. So today I will be dealing with you the solved previous year question paper of Rajasthan Judicial Services Civil Judge pre-exam of the year 2017. So let me tell you, the examination of 2017 was held in the year 2018. In the previous session, I have discussed the question paper of 2018 which was held in the year 2019. In case if you have missed that session, I would share the link in the description box below. So today I am going to deal with you a total number of 100 questions. And the maximum marks are 100 and the total time allotted is 2 hours. And the best part about this exam is there is no negative marking. And each questions carry equal marks. So let us see what are the kinds of questions we are going to deal with you today. So these are first question. Under provisions of the Indian Succession Act 1925, probate cannot be granted to. So this question has been cancelled as it is actually the options are wrong, because all of the persons given in the options are eligible to be granted probate. Then question number 2, under the Hindu Adoptions and Maintenance Act 1956, who among the following cannot be adopted? This option number 2, already adopted child. Question number 3, which of the following is not a public utility service for the purpose of the Legal Services Authority Act 1987? So this definition has been given under section 2 clause B of the Legal Services Authority Act 1987, and the correct option is option number 4, banking services. Then question number 4, in case where a part is added or substituted owing to assignment or devolution of any interest during the pendency of a suit, the suit shall as regards him be deemed to have been instituted when on the date the suit was instituted. Then question number 5, as per schedule for compensation for third party fatal accidents under section 163A of the Motor Vehicles Act 1988, the amount of compensation arrived at in consideration for the expenses which a victim would have incurred towards maintaining himself had he been alive shall be reduced by, so it shall have to be reduced by option number 2, 1/3. Then question number 6, for an instrument of gift of immovable property under the Registration Act 1908, so the option number 1, registration, is compulsory. Question number 7, where the time limit of a lease is of a year or number of years which is expressed to be determinable before its expiration, and the lease omits to mention at whose option it is so terminable, who shall have such option? So in that case, lessor won't be having that option, only the lessee will be having the option number 1. Then question number 8, the maxim actus curae neminem gravavit means an act of the court shall prejudice no man. Question number 9, which of the following is not an internal aid to the construction or interpretation of statute? This option number 3, marginal notes appended to a section. So these are not actually placed as an important aid in the construction or interpretation of a statute. Question number 10, iddat period in case of a divorced woman, if she is subject to menstruation, it means option number 1, 3 menstrual courses after the date of divorce. Question number 11, for the purpose of Rajasthan Relief of Agricultural Indebtedness Act 1957, the term agriculture doesn't include option number 3, bee farming and collecting honey. Question number 12, any person aggrieved by an order made by the collector can apply for a revision under section 65 of the Rajasthan Stamp Act 1998 before option number 2, Chief Controlling Revenue Authority. 13. The Supreme Court of India in the exercise of its jurisdiction may make such order as is necessary for doing complete justice in any case. Such power is conferred by Article 142 of the Constitution of India, also known as Judge-Made Laws. Question number 14, in which judgment Honorable Supreme Court has held right to privacy to be a fundamental right? This is option number 4, Justice K.S. Puttaswamy and another versus Union of India and others. Question number 15, which of the following is a valid defense against an action in tort? Very easy one, this is option number 2, Act of God. Question number 16. When a marriage has been dissolved by decree of divorce under Hindu Marriage Act 1955 and there is a right of appeal, the divorced person may marry again only after expiry of the time for appealing without any appeal having been presented. This has been given under section 15 of Hindu Marriage Act. Then question number 17. Promissory estoppel is the extension of principal content in which a provision of the Evidence Act, option number 3, section 115. 18. Prior to the Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005 coming into force, who amongst the following was not class 1 heir of male Hindu dying estate? This none of the above, as all of the persons were there before the amendment came into force in the year 2005. Question number 19. Under which provision of Rajasthan Land Revenue Act 1956 a person without lawful authority occupying land which is at the disposal of local authority can be evicted? This option number was section 91 of the Act. Question number 20. Decree as defined by section 2 of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908 doesn't include. This option number 4, any order of dismissal for default. So any order of dismissal for default doesn't come under the term degree as defined under section 2 plus 2 of CPC. Question number 21. Against a decree passed in a suit after recording a compromise on appeal on the ground that the compromise should not have been recorded can be filed under. So this is option number 3, order 43 rule 1 of CPC, which deals with appeals against which no appeal lies. Then question number 22. Chapter 2 and 3 of Rajasthan Rent Control Act 2001 applies to this. Option number 4. Any premises situated in the municipal area of Jaipur city let out for residential purposes for a monthly rent of rupees 8,000. 23. A suit against a municipality or its officers can be instituted otherwise than for the recovery of immovable property or for a declaration of title thereto, and it has to be filed within 6 months next after the accrual of cause of action. Then question number 24. The grant of and transfer of licenses is governed by option number 4, the Indian Easements Act 1882. Question number 25. Under Rajasthan Court Fees and Suits Evaluation Act 1961, all questions arising on a plea that the subject matter of the suit has not been properly valued or that the fee paid is not sufficient and required to be heard and decided, it has to be decided before the hearing of the suit as contemplated by order 18 of CPC. Question number 26. Which of the contract is not specifically enforceable? Option number 2, a contract which is in its nature determinable. 27. The power of review on the Board of Revenue and other revenue courts is conferred by which provision of the Rajasthan Tenancy Act 1955? This is option number 3, section 229. Question number 28. Which of the following is not a negotiable instrument? This is option number 2, fixed deposit receipt. As you all are aware, negotiable instrument includes promissory note, bill of exchange, a check or a hundi, but not option number 2. Question number 29. Under the General Rules Civil 1986, all pleadings, applications and petitions filed in the courts of civil proceedings shall be written in option number 1, Hindi. So this rule is applicable in the state of Rajasthan. Question number 30. Under the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996, in the case of International Commercial Arbitration Court, means option number 3, the High Court. Question number 31. An order refusing to refer the parties to arbitration under section 8 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996 is appealable under. This option number 3, section 37 of the Act, which deals with appeals. Question number 32. The provision for removal and suspension of any member or chairperson of a Panchayati Raj institution under the Rajasthan Panchayati Raj Act 1994 are contained in option number 2, section 38 of the Act. 33. Under section 10 of the Indian Partnership Act 1932, every partner is under a duty, option number 2, to indemnify the firm for any loss caused to it by his fraud in the conduct of the business of the firm. So this has been given under section 10. Then question number 34. Under the Sales of Goods Act 1930, movable good doesn't include money, but it includes stock and shares, grass and growing crops. 35. In a suit against a corporation, the summons may be served on option number 3, principal officer of the corporation. Question number 36. The offences under section 66B, 66C, 66D and 66E of Information Technology 2000 are, so this is actually option number 1 cognizable. 66B deals with receiving dishonestly any stolen computer source or any communication device. 66 deals with punishment for identity theft, and 66E deals with violation of privacy, and 66D deals with punishment for personation. Question number 37. A complainant of a magistrate tribal case instituted upon a complaint can challenge the judgment of acquittal passed by the competent court by filing option number 4 application for grant of leave to appeal in the High Court. This is given under section 378, which deals with appeal against acquittal. It has been given under CRPC. Question number 38. An information supplied by an accused under section 27 of the Evidence Act shall be recorded. This none of the above. So the information supplied by under section 27 of the Evidence Act cannot be recorded before all these persons. Question number 39. While assessing age of a person under the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act 2015, the court board is required to consider the documents evidence in the following order of preference. This is option number 3. First, we start to deal with the birth certificate issued from the school matriculation certificate, then date of birth certificate issued by the municipality. Third, ossification test report. Question number 40. Which of the following orders may not be passed by the Juvenile Justice Board after conducting inquiry of a child in conflict with law? This is option number 3. Sentence the child to imprisonment till he attains the age of 18 years. Question number 41. A children court trying a child in conflict with law for a heinous offence is not empowered to. This is actually a wrong question and it has been cancelled, because the children court has the power to deal with the child in conflict with law in all the above options given, like whole trial of a child as an adult, then whole inquiry of the child as a Juvenile Justice Board. Also sentence the child to imprisonment for a term of 10 years and send the child to a place of safety till he attains the age of 18 years. It has been given under section 8 of the Juvenile Justice Act. Question number 42. Where after inquiry under section 15 of the Juvenile Justice Protection Act, the Juvenile Justice Board is satisfied that a child is above 16 years of age, has committed a heinous offence and should be tried as an adult, he may transfer the case to the children court for trial of the child as an adult. Question number 43. A private vehicle proceeding on a highway suspected to be carrying psychotropic drugs may be searched by. So this question has been asked from NDPS Act, and the correct option is all of the above. So all of the persons given in the options are empowered to suspect a private vehicle proceeding on a highway and can also conduct searches, like a head constable posted in the police station concerned, a sub-inspector posted in some other district, the deputy superintendent of police or officer in charge of police station of the area concerned. Question number 44. Before searching a suspect carrying a bag containing narcotic drugs in his hand, the officer concerned is required to apprise him of his right to be searched in the presence of. This option number 1. A magistrate or a gazetted officer. Again, this question has been asked from NDPS Act, and this has been given under section 50 of NDPS Act. Question number 45. A vehicle container or a receptacles used for commission of an offence punishable under the NDPS Act 1985 shall not be liable to be confiscated only if the owner proves that a vehicle was used in commission of the offence without his knowledge or connivance. If the owner is successful in proving that the vehicle was used in the commission of the offence without his knowledge or connivance, then that vehicle is not liable to be confiscated. Question number 46. A, being the owner of a plot land, sells the same to B through a registered sale deed in the year 2005. B, however, doesn't make full payment to A. A again sells the same land to C in the year 2010 without informing him of the earlier transaction of 2005. This is option number 3. C, the subsequent purchaser. The question is, who would be the person aggrieved in the circumstances? C, because C has purchased the land and he has not been informed of the earlier transaction of 2005 in which A has already sold the plot to B through a registered sale deed. Question number 47. The bail application rejected by the Special Judge SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act in a case involving offence under the said act may be challenged in the High Court by filing option number 4 and appeal. Question number 48. X knows that Y is a member of scheduled caste community. During the course of a free fight, X inflicts a grievous injury to Y by a sharp weapon. X is guilty of offence punishable under sections. This is option number 3. Section 326 of IPC, which deals with grievous hurt, and section 3 clause 2 clause 5. This shall be 5A, not 5 of SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act. So section 3 clause 2 clause 5A deals with scheduled offences. Question number 49. A woman aged 30 years and a son aged 14 years are witness to a murder. Their statements under section 361 CRPC may be recorded by the police officer concerned at the place where such woman and a son resided. This has been done by an amendment in the year 2018. Question number 15. In which of the following cases the court is required to record evidence before framing of charge? This is option number 3. Warrant cases instituted upon a complaint. 51. Non-compliance of which of the following orders passed under the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 is an offence. The violation of orders of protection order, option number 4. 52. A woman subjected to rape gives a statement under section 164 CRPC implicating the accused for the offence. She commits suicide after sometime later, but before her statement could be recorded at the trial. Such statement recorded under section 164 of CRPC would be option number 1, inadmissible in evidence because the victim has died. Question number 53. A court, after holding trial, convicts and grants benefit of probation and Probation of Offenders Act 1958 to an accused. Which of the following orders is impermissible in law? This is option number 2. Direct under section 12 of the Act, the conviction shall not have an adverse effect on his service. 54. Two friends A and B were sleeping in a room which was bolted from inside. In the morning, A is found murdered. Under which provision of the Evidence Act, prosecution can claim shifting of burden on B to prove the manner in which the murder took place? Is option number 3. Section 106 of the Evidence Act. That means that the person who is alleging that he is not the culprit, the burden is on him to prove that he is not guilty. Question number 55. An FIR in relation to the offence under section 406 IPC is launched on 1st of January 2010. The police conducts investigation and submits a negative final report in the court concerned on 2nd of February 2012. The court takes cognizance of the above offence on 3rd of March 2013. In these circumstances, which of the following is correct? This is option number 4, none of the above. Because none of the above are true in relation to section 406 of IPC. Then question number 56. C, being the wife of B, has obtained a decree of separation from the competent court, but they are still living in the same premises. B subjects C to intercourse. Their neighbor A watches the act and files an FIR. Which proposition is correct in these circumstances? This is option number 3. A would be guilty of the offence punishable under section 354C of IPC, which deals with voyeurism. Question number 57. 5 persons take illegal possession of a field. The owner, the complainant party of the field, collects his supporters and goes to the field for ousting the trespassers therefrom. In the free fight which ensues, the trespassers kill one person from the complainant's side. All the accused can be convicted. This is option number 3 for the individual injuries caused to the members of the complainant party. Question number 58. The investigating officer conducting investigation of a case under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985 collects the call details of the mobile phones held by the accused from whom recovery of drug was effected and the conspirator who supplied the drug. Such call details, option number 3, can be considered relevant only if the conversation held between the two accused is recorded and proved at the trial, and only at that time the conversation between the two is taken to the record, is taken on the record. Question number 59. In a case involving the offence punishable under section 304 part 2, which deals with culpable homicide not amounting to murder, the accused is arrested and the prosecution fails to comply with the requirements of section 167 plus 2 CRPC, which deals with default bail. The accused who is a habitual offender becomes entitled to compulsory bail on, this is option number 1, 61st day from the date of his arrest. That means 61st day from the date of his arrest. Question number 60. A patwari, while preparing a revenue record, intentionally enters incorrect facts in the documents and signs and certifies the same with the intention of causing loss to the true owner of the land. The patwari is guilty of none of the above, because none of the above option is actually holding the patwari liable under appropriate section. Question number 61. An accused aged 20 years having no previous criminal conduct charged for the offence under section 304 IPC is convicted by the trial court in these circumstances. So this question has been cancelled, so let us ignore it. 62. In which judgment Honorable Supreme Court has laid down that police cannot refuse registration of an FIR on the ground of lack of jurisdiction. This is option number 3. Rasik Lal Dalpatram Thakkar versus State of Gujarat and others. 63. In which judgment under the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, the Honorable Supreme Court held that though compounding requires consent of both the parties, but even in absence of such consent, the court can, in the interest of justice or being satisfied that the complainant has been duly compensated in its discretion, close the proceedings and discharge the accused. Very important judgment, and this has been held in the case of Meters and Instruments Private Limited versus Kanchan Mehta. This is 2017's judgment of Supreme Court. Then question number 64. In which of the following judgments the Honorable Supreme Court has laid down that the competent magistrate can direct the police to conduct thorough and fair investigation into an FIR? Again, very important case law. This is option number 2, Sakiri Vasu versus State of UP 2008 case. Question number 65. In which judgment the Honorable Supreme Court has laid down that a party who is desirous of proving electronic evidence but doesn't have access to the device from which the document was produced is not required to produce and prove the certificate under section 65B of the Evidence Act? Again, very important judgment. This is option number 4, Shafi Mohammed versus State of Himachal Pradesh 2017's judgment. 66. In which judgment the Honorable Supreme Court has laid down that having taken cognizance of a case, the magistrate cannot direct the police to conduct further investigation. This is option number 3. This is Amrut Bhai Shambhu Bhai Patel versus Suman Bhai Kanti Bhai Patel. Question number 67. A competent court shall take cognizance of an offence punishable under the Electricity Act 2003 only upon a complaint in writing made by licensee or generating company. 68. Under the provisions of the Protection of Children for Sexual Offences Act 2012, can a report be published by the media which discloses the identity of a sexually assaulted child? This can be published if permitted by competent special court. Question number 69. Police officer in all cases where the arrest of a person is not required under section 41 clause 1 of CRPC against whom a reasonable complaint has been made that he has committed a cognizance offence, then option number 2, police officer shall issue notice directing that person to appear before him or at such other place as may be specified in the notice. So under section 41, notice is issued to the accused in case if his arrest is not required. Question number 74. Magistrate of a court requiring to examine at his private residence a record of a case in his court B, he may take charge of such record without any permission. And now we will be dealing with questions relating to Hindi language. अभ्यंतर शब्द में कौन सी संधि प्रयुक्त है? So यह संधि का नाम है यण संधि. 72. जिस समास में प्रथम पद संख्यावाचक अर्थात गणना बोधक होता है तथा दूसरा पद प्रधान होता है उसे क्या कहते हैं? उसे कहते हैं द्विगु समास. 73. निम्नलिखित में से एक से अधिक उपसर्ग वाला शब्द चुनिए. दिस ऑप्शन नंबर 1 निर्विरोध. 74. इनमें से कौन सा शब्द पर्वत का सही पर्याय नहीं है? दैट मीन्स विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग वर्ड्स इज नॉट द करेक्ट सिनोनिम ऑफ द वर्ड कॉल्ड पर्वत. दिस ऑप्शन नंबर 3 वर्त. 75. निम्नलिखित शुद्ध युग्मों में से विलोम शब्द का सही विकल्प बताइए. सो ये है ऑप्शन नंबर 4 नैसर्गिक कृत्रिम. क्वेश्चन नंबर 76 जिजीविषा शब्द का अर्थ प्रकट करने वाला वाक्यांश है, इसका मतलब है जिंदा रहने की इच्छा। 77 निम्नलिखित में से शुद्ध शब्द बताइए, दिस ऑप्शन नंबर 2 द्वारका। 78 निम्न शब्द समूहों में वचन की दृष्टि से कौन सा विकल्प सही नहीं है, एक वचन बहुवचन, दैट मीन्स सिंगुलर एंड प्लूरल्स। तो क्षमा और क्षमाएं, तो क्षमा का जो प्लूरल वर्ड क्षमाएं नहीं होता है, क्षमा क्षमाई होता है। क्वेश्चन नंबर 79 निम्नलिखित में से कौन सा वाक्य शुद्ध है। सो ये एक्चुअली क्वेश्चन गलत है क्योंकि इसमें सारे ही शुद्ध शब्द हैं। जैसे मैं मंगलवार के दिन व्रत रखता हूँ, आपके प्रश्न का समाधान मेरे पास है, वो उसका चश्मा भूल गया, आज उसके रहस्य का राज खुल गया। 80 लाइसेंस शब्द का सही रूपांतरण बताइए, मतलब लाइसेंस को हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं ये बताइए, दिस ऑप्शन नंबर 2 अनुज्ञप्ति। निम्न में से सही विकल्प बताइए, ऑनरेडियम। ऑनरेडियम का हिंदी होता है मानदेय। खूब मन लगाकर पढ़ो ताकि परीक्षा में प्रथम आओ, वाक्य में प्रयुक्त अव्यय कौन सा है, ये क्वेश्चन कैंसल है। 83 लिखते हुए किसी शब्द के छूट जाने पर उसे लिखने के लिए किस चिन्ह का प्रयोग करते हैं, हंस पद चिन्ह। 84 खग जाने खग ही की भाषा का अभिप्राय है, मतलब इसका क्या मतलब है, इसका मतलब है चालाकी बात समझ सकता है। 85 किए हुए उपकार को न मानने वाला क्या कहलाता है, ऑप्शन नंबर 3 कृतज्ञ। So now we'll be discussing with these are the last set of questions in which English language questions are there, and now I will be dealing with you. Choose the correct alternative that expresses the future perfect tense. So future perfect tense means like shall have, will have. So the correct option is option number 4. She will have completed her assignment by midnight. She has just dashed out of the room in a rage. Supply the correct form of word from the given alternative. This option number 3 flung. That means she has suddenly come out of the room in a rage. Question number 88. Why this is cross? Because actually no word is actually required to fill this blank space. Man is the only animal that uses fire. 89. He has hardly any money for his survival. That means he had no money for his survival. Question number 19. As the enemy was closing in, we decided to stay away. So the phrase closing means, it means option number 3 come nearer. Question number 91. When someone says I am out of the woods now, he means that option number 3 is no longer in danger or difficulty. Question number 92. Choose the correct passive voice of the following sentence. We must not look down on the poor. So the correct passive voice is option number 4. The poor must not be. So we'll add the word be. Look down by us. Look down will change into third form of verb which is looked down. Question number 93. Identify the sentence which is not written in passive voice. This option number 2. Being a student you must do hard work, because this word is in active voice. 94. Complete the following sentence with the correct coordinating conjunction. I had studied a lot, so I did really well on the test. Option number 1. 95. Complete the following sentence with correct subordinating conjunction. So this is, you can only play outside until your father gets home. She said Merry Christmas. This is in indirect speech. Which of the following is the correct indirect speech of the above statement? So this in a direct, you have to change it into indirect speech. So she wished me a Merry Christmas. Which of the following sentences uses the modal would to express a wish or desire? This option number 1. Would that I had made contact with him before his departure. Question number 98. Which of the following sentence express suggestion? Shall I close the door? So this sentence actually expresses suggestion. 99. Pick out the correct synonym for the word robust. So the nearer meaning of the word robust is option number 1, strong. 100. Choose the word which is opposite in meaning to the word veracity. This means option number 3, mendacity. So now we have done all the 100 questions in today's session, and I hope you all have liked it. Do not forget to give a like, share and subscribe to the channel. If you have any queries, doubts, feedback or suggestion, you can suggest the same in the comment section below. So with this note, I am signing off. Have a great day.